NBA 2K rating recap for December 30th, 2025. It is New Year's Eve. Unfortunately, I live and work in New York City, so I need to rifle through this because I'm anticipating some travel issues as I head into work. Obviously, the ball drops in the middle of Midtown, so starting off with the Chicago Bulls, some injury news to report on. Josh Giddey, he's going to be out multiple weeks with his hamstring strain. Kobe White also expected to miss time with his calf injury, so Bulls are going to be very short-handed in the backcourt in the meantime. Mason Plumlee, it was announced he's going to have groin surgery and miss the next 6 weeks or so recovering from that. He hasn't really figured in this year, just really been their third-string center, but given that they're also without Ryan Kalkbrenner right now, this does leave the Hornets a little short-handed in their front court in the short term. Orlando Magic, they get some good news as Jalen Suggs is going to be making his return tonight after a 7-game absence. The team overall is 13-8 with him, 5-7 without him, so he is probably their most important player, dating back to even last year when their season completely went off the rails once he got hurt. Indiana, they also have some good news. Ben Shepherd is going to be returning to the lineup. This probably pushes Aaron Nesmith back to the starting lineup, is my anticipation, as there's only so many minutes to go around. Nesmith had a couple games coming off the bench, and with his minutes restriction, now it's going to be Shepherd's turn to get that in. Pacers are pretty close to full health. Obviously, Halliburton's out for the year, but right now the only guys they have sidelined are Toppin and Isaiah Jackson in their front court. So starting off with these games, the Sixers, they got a thrilling overtime win over the Memphis Grizzlies, 139-136. Sixers moved to 17-14 on the year. Embiid, 34, 10, and 8. Season high, 38 minutes for him. Actually got to play in the overtime in this one. That's been an issue in earlier games this year. Tyrese Maxey, 34 points, 12 assists. VJ Edgecombe, 25 points. His was 5 of 10 from 3, including the game winner in overtime. Paul George, 17 points for him, 6 of 17 from the field. His shooting efficiency's kind of waxed and waned throughout the year. I've got him down to an 85 overall, -1 from where I previously had it. He's only shooting 41% from 2 this year, so you can see I've got his layup rating at 70, 50 dunk rating, a 55 close shot rating. He's just anywhere inside the foul line area. He has not really been scoring the ball well. Really more of just a jump shooter at this point. He shoots them really well. He takes a lot of contested shots. He takes some high difficulty jumpers, but anything when he's going to the rim, he just doesn't have the athleticism that he used to, and he's really struggling to finish. So I did update or downgrade a few of his badges as a result. A lot of things like golds went to silvers, etc., or silvers to bronze, like handles for days, for example. He's not. Last year he was taking a lot more shots, whereas this year, or not taking a lot more shots, but he was handling the ball a lot more. And now that's not really the case as Maxey's taken things to another level. Joel Embiid has also been healthy this year. Recall last year, George mostly played without Embiid. So they haven't had a ton of success having their big three together yet. They did get the win in this one. We'll see if they can build off of that. And then the rest of the team, Barlow had 12 points. He's been awesome for them on a two-way contract this year as the starting power forward all year. Kelly Oubre should be coming back soon. We'll see if that means that George slides over to the 4 or not. But Barlow has given them a lot of energy that they need. And then Quentin Grimes, he played, I think, 38 minutes off the bench. He had 11 points. He's been another really solid contributor. Really fleshing out their wing rotation, filling in, obviously, a lot of small forward with Kelly Oubre sidelined. Then going over to Memphis, this was a strong showing for them because Ja Morant had his best game of the year by far. They dropped to 15-8, the Grizzlies do, but Ja had a season-high 40 points, 16 of 22 from the field, missed both of his threes, so he's 16 of 20 on twos. 8 of 10 from the free throw line. He was getting to the rim at will, a lot of acrobatic finishes. He's completely, for the most part, stopped taking jumpers. That was the issue with his efficiency earlier in the year. His shot selection was basura. So I do have him back up to an 85 overall, +1, just based on his layup rating. I knocked that up 5 points as he's been finishing at a better rate over the last few games. His shot IQ I was able to knock up to 70. Again, his offensive consistency from a 50 to a 60. just preliminary things. He is trending upwards, so this could continue to climb in the coming weeks. Cedric Coward, I do have him. Actually, I didn't change his rating, although I did tweak his ratings here and there a little bit. His paint finisher is a strong, he's got strong finishing ratings with the 80 dunk, the 85 layup. I did downgrade his three ball a little bit. He's only shooting 33% right now, if memory serves. But he had a career high in points and rebounds in this one, 28 points and 16 rebounds. I did also boost his rebound ratings and give him rebound badges as well. Probably the best rebounding two guard in the NBA right now. And then Jaren Jackson Jr., he was solid with a double-double, 15 points, 12 rebounds. Christian Koloko, who's not pictured here, he got the start in this one. He's currently on a 10-day hardship contract. He didn't score. He had 5 fouls, played 20 minutes, but obviously was very invaluable for his defense on Embiid in this game. But also he was great at setting screens for Ja Morant in this one. They've really missed having a big body that who can screen for him ever since they traded Steven Adams way back when. Things kind of have spiraled for the Grizzlies since then. Ja really needs somebody who can get him open on those drives that gives him that little extra edge. So Christian Koloko was able to do that in this game. Let's see if he's able to carve that into a more consistent role with the team, or if he was just starting because of the Embiid matchup. So Santi Aldama came off the bench because obviously he's way too skinny to match up with Embiid, but he did have he's more of a bench player really. He was solid off the bench, 15 points. Boston Celtics, they moved to 20-12 with a 129-119 win over the Utah Jazz. Derek White had 27 points to lead the way, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 7 blocked shots. He is the best shot blocking guard in NBA history. Only 13 players in NBA history have posted that kind of line, 27 and 7 and 6 with 7 blocks. He's the only guard to do it. So I like eyes popped out of my head when I saw that and realized it. I remember years ago, people didn't really see the value in Derek White. When he was first coming on with the Celtics, and he had a high overall rating. People were crying so much about his overall being so high. Why is he in the All-Star conversation? Blah, blah, blah. He's just a role player. No, you were all just behind the curve, propping up your empty stats guys like Zach LaVine. Derek White is awesome and a high-level player, and he, as much as Jaylen Brown, is a big reason why they are 20-12. Brown, he had 23 points in this game. Peyton Pritchard has stepped up this year, 18 points in a starting role. Anthony Simons finally had a good game. He had 20 points off the bench. And Luka Garza is back in the rotation. 15 points in 19 minutes for him, 6 of 8 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3. He's retaken the backup center position from Josh Minott. Minott has been a DNP CD in the last few, so I could actually switch his position back to the 4. Since he's not really starting over, or not starting, but just not playing over Garza at the moment. And then for Utah, they dropped to 12-20, but they've had some good performances this year from Keontae George, 37 points, 7 assists. I have him up to an 86 overall, +2. The number 18 point guard in the NBA right now. On the year, 61 true shooting percentage, 28 usage percentage. So that's a +7 true shooting from last year and +4 usage from last year. So he stepped up his offensive game in a big way. Still a little erratic as a finisher, but off the dribble, he's a really efficient shot maker. Yusuf Nurkic also, I'd have him up to, I finally got his rating in. He's an 80 overall, +3. He had 26 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists in this game, 10 of 11 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3. He likewise has been coming on of late, really over the last 2 weeks or so. So I do have him at an 80 overall. If he was still coming off the bench, he would have a 25 intangibles for me, and just reducing that would drop him down to a 77 overall. So if he was coming off the bench, 77 is probably appropriate given like the minutes load that he would have. But given that Kessler is out for the year, I think it's appropriate to have him with a starter level of intangibles, as he is penciled in as the starter for the rest of the year. We'll see if he gets moved at the trade deadline or anything, but he's not just a tank, a player who's going to lead them to losses by being like the least efficient big man in the league. He is still not the most efficient player, but he's not nearly as putrid as he was earlier in the year. Lauri Markkanen also rounding things out, 22 points, 9 rebounds. Let's go on over to Detroit. They moved to 25-8 with a 128-106 win over the Lakers. Cade Cunningham had 27 points and 11 assists. Marcus Sasser had a season high 19 points off the bench. Pistons overall shot 63% from the field and 46% from three. The Lakers, obviously struggling a little bit over the last 2 weeks or so. They're like 500 since then. Luka, 30 points, 11 assists, but he did have 8 turnovers. He's not having the best last week or so. LeBron, likewise, is a little up and down. 17 points, 6 of 17 from the field. Had 5 turnovers also on his 41st birthday. The fact that he's having these kind of performances at 41 is still great. It's still mind blowing, but he could trickle down a little throughout the year depending on how the aging curve works for him. Obviously, they're going to be relying heavily on him with Austin Reeves out for about a month or so. Just not enough help for those two towards the end of the bench. Rui Hachimura was out for this one, so Jake LaRavia stepped into the starting rotation. He had 9 points in 38 minutes. Jackson Hayes actually did play this game. A lot of guys for the Lakers have been in and out of the lineup. He had a sore knee, if I recall, in his previous game, but he actually was 5 of 5 from the field in this one to kind of make up for a dud of a game from DeAndre Ayton. And going southward in LA to the Clippers, 11-21 on an opposite track from the Lakers. They've won 5 games in a row now. Kawhi Leonard has turned back the clock in a big way. He's got some spring in his step. 33 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals and a block. 11 of 19 from the field to carry over from his career high 55 points in his last game. James Harden added 21. And then Yannick Konen Niederhauser had the best game of his career, 16 points and 6 rebounds, 6 of 8 from the field in 25 minutes. Obviously, the Kings are obviously really bad in the middle. They've given up a lot of big lines to centers throughout the year, so it was a good opportunity for Niederhauser to exhibit his force in the paint, where the Kings offer little resistance. And the Kings, they dropped to 8-25. Keegan Murray actually returned for this one. He had 11 points, though, on 4 of 13 from the field. He returned. He was starting at small forward in this game, resumed his place in the starting lineup. Keon Ellis went back to his bench role. Maxime Reynaud had a double-double, 12 points, 12 rebounds, but obviously didn't offer much resistance. And then Nick Clifford led the way in scoring in this one with 18 points in a game that was essentially extended garbage time. Really, the entire Kings season has been extended garbage time, but not this year. This year has been great. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, have enjoyed the return of the Real 2K rosters, putting out consistent content every year for you guys, and we're gonna keep on doing it in 2026. Thanks for sticking with me. I will see you guys next year. Peace out.